Look at this. Some dude carrying a cross. It's okay. Well, that was interesting. Carrying his cross, carrying our cross daily. Isn't it interesting that Jesus said to the people he was talking to, oh, you must carry your cross daily. Pick up your cross and follow me. Actually, is I think what it was said. And they had been like, what? He hadn't died yet on the cross, remember? Like when we read it, we're like, oh yeah, he died on the cross, we're gonna take up our cross. Kind of like the thing that's maybe hard in life that yet God has called us to do. Oh, we gotta do that too. You gotta imagine what they were thinking. Like, did they know when he said cross? Did they immediately all know? Oh, the terrible Roman execution way of dying, or were they like, what? And even if they knew it was the Roman thing, were they still like, what? Or, I don't know, just something I've thought about. Well, I'm gonna go up this hill right now. This is where, see that dirt path there? I went up there once with Andrew Uroma and Greg Uroma. I don't remember why exactly, but we went up there. I have a picture of us up there at the top somewhere. Probably in someone's phone or someone's social media somewhere. Oh, but I took Jessica up there as well. I think it was October 20th, 2014. But it was very soon after we got engaged. Oh, sorry. Got back together on October 7th, which was a month after the Lord showed me, hey, knucklehead, this is the woman I have for you. And at the same time, just reopened my heart to the idea of being with her when I was staunchly against it we were apart for 12 years. The first 6, I didn't have a girlfriend. A big part of that was because I was hopeful something would happen. But somewhere in those last 6, oh, my heart just got so hard. And then Jessica came around and wanted to rekindle the relationship, and I wanted nothing to do with it. I was staunchly against it. But what I later found out, or fully realized, is Jessica had, and I knew, I had picked up on it. Probably because other people had told me some things, but she was trying to keep this mostly private, but she said the Lord told her that she was going to marry me. I don't know the exact date it was, but I was leading. We're in the high school, apparently. I was leading worship. She was in the back of the room, and she heard the Lord speak as I was leading worship. I'm going to mend your hearts together. I think is what the word was. Jessica could correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm going to mend your hearts back together, or just mend them. Not knit. Yeah, it was mend. Well, oh my goodness. Like we had the 4-9 confirmations everywhere. She had so many confirmations over those 2 years. And there would be times where she would doubt because she would hear that I had said, and I did. People would be like, so would you ever want to, are you going to marry Jessica? I'd be like, no, never in a million years. That girl broke my heart in high school and went and had other relationships, as did I. But she left me for other relationships. I went to the other ones because she left me. And there was just, it was hurt. And I told her this the other day when we were in the ICU. I said, babe, I'm sad for you, and I've been crying and weeping. I think she initiated the question, but maybe not. But she was interested. I wasn't just forcing this information on her, however it came about. And I said, this is painful, and it's a different type of painful in my perspective. Of course, you're in physical pain, but it's a different kind of pain because I see you in pain. But when you broke up with me when we were 17 years old, and I literally, my back fell against the wall and I slid down it while I had my Nokia cell phone to my ear. Oh, I was in more pain than this. I was more sad than this. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm so sad that you're in this bed right now, and all that means, and what it feels like. And I actually went back and forth. I flip-flopped a little bit. I think at one point I told her, no, this is worse, but that's a close second. And then as I thought about it more, I thought, no, that heartache was worse. Oh, and it lasted for such a long time. I tried to like some other girls, but I didn't have a girlfriend for about 6 years after that. Oh, anyway. Why am I sharing this? I don't know. I just saw that cross, so I got my camera out, and then I ended up talking. I had no intention of talking about anything. Oh, but I'm going to this hill. You know, I'm just going to start walking. Why the heck not? I'm going to grab my guitar, my Bible, my notebook. Oh, but I want to hope my Bluetooth audio switched. If it didn't, then this video wasn't meant to be. Up here in Mount Baldy area, the lodge is down there. I had some breakfast. Jessica told me I need to get out, get breakfast, spend time with Jesus. Oh, I went through a notebook from a fast from 2017 where I journaled about it. And then I found other ones in there too that were shorter. And oh man, I was so blessed by some of the things that I wrote, but thought, man, my heart's in a different place in some good ways, some not good ways. And the old me was speaking to the me now, today. Not old like pre-Christ, I'm talking about this 2017 fast, and there's other stuff. Oh, every year by the example of, it was Pastor Jerry. I heard, oh, he fasts every year at the beginning of the year for 3 days, and he seeks the Lord for wisdom for the year. Seeks roles and goals. Something we learned in OSL. Not the fasting part, but just the roles and goals part. And I've been doing that for a long time. Well, not that long. Maybe since 2013 or something. Anyway, one of them was a bit longer, and there was some really helpful things that were in there. And I'm writing down today, oh, what is the Lord saying? Here we are the day after. Oh, we were so sure that he was saying something to us. Oh, and there was some stretches on this whole 4-9 thing. Oh, but there was some really concrete stuff too. So the stretches that we saw were just like, oh, cool, little sprinkles of, hey, yep, this is me. This is me. Oh, but some concrete stuff. Of course, Jessica and I feel like we missed it. But there's something in my spirit that just like, hold on. Just hold on. Just hold on. I'm like, okay. Oh, I don't know if it's my spirit or the Holy Spirit, but I do feel like that's what the Lord's saying. Just hold on. Chill out. Wait in faith on me. Oh, I just read in Psalm 27, it says, wait on the Lord, towards the end of the chapter. In my footnote, my Bible, next to wait has a 1, and in the footnote, it says wait in faith. Well, waiting on the Lord is not just sitting there and crossing your legs and putting your hands out and humming or something. I'm not saying that's bad or whatever, but waiting on the Lord is waiting in faith. For what? Oh, that he's going to speak, that he's going to give instruction, that his peace that surpasses all understanding will come. All these different things. Waiting expectantly in faith. Anyway, so that's what we're doing right now. Wish I had more to say in that regard, but there is a little bit of a story That all came because I saw a guy carrying that cross. I feel like we kind of have a new cross to bear that we weren't expecting. Jessica heard clearly from the Lord. Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't know if I shared this before. One of the fleeces she put out before the Lord, which is the whole reason I was okay with her saying, "Oh, I put a fleece about if it's 4:9." Before I would have been like, "That's the Old Testament. That doesn't count. You can't do that," because I had been told that. Lots of things like that where people are like, "Oh, you can't do that. That's not of God. They only did that up to this chapter in the Bible, and you never heard it again after that. So you can't do that. That's not a way to hear from the Lord." I think that's my opinion. Is that's putting God in a box to say those things that, oh, you can't. That God doesn't speak that way. And don't misunderstand me. There's definitely ways that I think I would agree. Yeah, God does not speak that way. But when we get legalistic about how we think he speaks because, oh, they did it in Acts chapter 1 or 2, but you never saw it after that, so you can't do that ever again. That's not, God doesn't show us things that way anymore. Anyway. So I mean, you know what I'm talking about. That's just one other thing that comes to mind besides the fleece thing. Oh, but she said several times, babe. I think she said at least 10 times, maybe it was more than that. And she's like, one of the times, she said, "Lord, if you really said this and it wasn't just me," because I think she had just got a discouraging news that someone else reported back to her, "Oh, I talked to Stephen. He said he hates you," or something like that. And she said, would Cooper just jump up on my bed right now and like hop in my lap or something like that, which I guess wasn't normal if she just said the name Cooper, because obviously she just said Cooper, so maybe that's what triggered him to do it, right? But her little dog Cooper, and she said seconds later he would jump up and go right in my lap. And I didn't ask her for more, but she's like, there was so many fleeces. And not just that, but person after person would come up to her and say, "Oh, you're gonna marry Stephen." People that she didn't even know. That's what this whole 4:9 thing felt like. And there was one particular person, oh, it was at her parents' going away to Haiti party. His name's Ozzy. He runs a homeless ministry in Upland at a park very close to the Hotel San Antonio. And I think it was a text message, or, oh, I have it all documented. It was either that he spoke it and then she sent it to someone. Oh, I remember. Okay, so the Lord woke Jessica up one day and he said, "Read the letters that Stephen wrote you." Oh, when we were in junior high and high school, I wrote her love letters all the time. And when we broke up, I threw all of the ones I had of hers away. And I went into her email like a total jerk, but I was just so hurt. I didn't want these things to exist anymore. And I went into her Yahoo because I had her password, and I deleted all of the items I had ever sent her. I went into mine and deleted all of my sent items, all my deleted items, all my inbox, everything. So it's like it never existed. But the one thing that she did have, and I used to write her an email every morning. One thing she did have was all these paper letters. And the Lord said, "Hey, you need to read these." And she read them. She got all emotional, and she realized, oh my goodness, like he loved me in a deeper way that I didn't know. I didn't realize at that time in my life. And we were not together, and it was so awkward to me. She asked me, "Hey, can we meet at Starbucks? I want to share something with you." I'm like, all right, whatever. And I knew that she thought that I don't know if I knew that she had a word from the Lord. Oh, so much is coming back to me right now. Let me back up. I was at Starbucks on Chino Hills Parkway and Pipeline. I used to go there a lot because I worked at Calvary Chapel, Chino Hills. I was the IT person. That was the Starbucks there. I also, maybe even before I started working there, I would go there, and I just like studying in a public environment. I don't know why. I'm talking about like academics and stuff. So I was working on my pilot license or some IT stuff, or maybe I was working on calculus. I don't remember what it was, because I was working towards general ed computer science. I didn't finish computer science bachelor's, but I did finish a commercial flight associate's degree from Mount SAC, and then I ended up getting my private instrument commercial instructor ratings in single engine airplane, and I did instruct at Dubois Aviation at Chino for a time. But somewhere around there, I was studying one of those things, or I was in the Word. Oh, there was a bunch of people coming to me about predestination at the time, and I remember having a bunch of discussions with people, and I was like, anyway, I'm not going to talk about that right now. All I will say is, anyone who wants, that whosoever believes in him. And that means whosoever, that means everyone has an opportunity. That's all I'm going to say on that. And that's my opinion, okay? I know that's a very, 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 very big stumbling block. Meaning one church will write off another church because they think that we're predestined, and others, meaning there are people predestined to go to hell. That's the kicker. I disagree with that, but I do not write off the churches that are teaching the Word of God and still believe that. Because those people love the Lord. They sincerely love the Lord, and they believe they are saved by grace through faith. But kind of like God knew and He predestined them anyways. Anyways, I disagree with that. I think God's, I think that, and I've watched a lot of friends go down that path. I notice that they start losing grip on the love of God when they go down that path. And that seems to be a key indicator to me that, the fruit of this belief seems to carry like a death sentence with it. That's all I'll say on that right now. Anyway, I would love to, anyone that wants to talk about it, go through the scripture and why I personally believe that pretty strongly. Anyways, yeah, I remember talking to a certain girl that Jessica went to Haiti with, and she came back. And she was excited. And hey, why did they go to Haiti? It was way before her parents went, I think. Maybe I'm wrong, but they went to Haiti on a mission trip with Calvary Chapel, Chino Hills. And I was in that Starbucks. She came in there, and I was like, oh hey. And somehow she knew that I was like Joe Rodeheaver, Jessica's older brother's best friend. And then we talked about how she went with Jessica. Kevin Frost went with him. Kevin Frost, the guy who has a girlfriend now. Praise God. I love you, Kev. And his not mother-in-law, but maybe soon to be mother-in-law, who was such a blessing to Jessica because she fell off a bed and broke her neck. And it was a big deal. It was on the news and everything years ago. And she's now walking. She was a quadriplegic. But she's walking. She can move her body. It's obvious that something happened because of the way she walks a little bit, but she loves it. She says, it's my testimony. People ask all the time, I get to tell them that I was never supposed to walk, and look at me now. Anyway, Jessica told me this morning, she's like, can you contact Carmen and see if I can talk to her? I said, yeah. So I already texted Kevin and tried to make that connection happen. I have no idea because I have no good reception up here at the moment. Anyway, I might have been that same day. I really think it was that same day. Jessica and Katie walk in. And it was funny. I was like, hey, I was just talking to this girl you guys went to Haiti with, blah, 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 blah. And Jessica says something. She asks me a question because I was in OSL level 3 or 4 at the time. And I was all pumped and excited. That was probably part of why I was so passionate talking to that girl about this predestination thing, which, by the way, was bringing such death to how she felt in her relationship with God. And it was because she moved in with some new roommates who were very firmly believing that way. And it was rocking her faith in not a good way. Basically, she's doubting if she's even saved. Am I not one of the predestined ones? That's basically what it did to her. We talked for hours in that Starbucks. And then Katie and Jessica came. It was either that day or very soon after. And they were getting their Starbucks probably before checking in for Jessica served in high school ministry and Katie served in junior high ministry. And I probably had worship that night too, but I didn't need to get back yet. I was in worship ministry. And she said, oh, what did she say? Do you believe God? She said something like, do you believe God tells us things to come? Something like that. Or do you believe that God can tell us something? Oh, and I can't tell you how I knew, but I knew that she thought, this is what I got from that question. It might have been worded a little different, but it was very vague. But I knew that she thought God told her she was going to marry me, or something like that. Like God said, we're going to get back together. And I thought, what a joke. This can't be true. And this has happened with a couple other women in my life. So I thought it was just another one of them. Oh, and bless their hearts and bless all of us who want to hear the voice of the Lord accurately. Anyway, I thought it was just another one of those. And oh, I knew right away. Well, anyways, when she invites me, because she wants to talk to me sometime later and sits me down and tells me about these letters, oh, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. She's just trying to make something happen that's not gonna happen. But I'm gonna humble myself. I've been learning a lot about humility, and God gives grace to the humble. He resists the proud, gives grace to the humble. He exalts the humble. I'm gonna be humble. Of course God can speak to me through the girl that destroyed my heart when I was 17 years old, that I now am declaring I will never ever be in a relationship with. And she says, I'm basically here to tell you sorry. The Lord woke me up in the middle of the night, told me to read your letters that I still had in a little box or whatever, and I started reading them, and he said something like, you hurt my son so badly. And when I heard her say that, and I know it's just her telling me what she thinks she heard the Lord say, oh, but I knew, somehow I latched onto it, like, oh, God knows who I am. And I know God knows who I was and am and everything, but it's kind of like, I would imagine what the woman at the well felt like. You know, the man I'm with isn't my husband, and that I've had 5 other husbands. I should start walking. I only got about 5 minutes left before this recording runs out of space, because I didn't delete other video first, because I wasn't planning on doing this video. Anyway, I didn't instantly think, oh, we're supposed to get married. But I thought, wow, I am so appreciative of the Lord that he knows who I am. But not only that, he knows that it's true. Oh, I heard so many people, I would explain my relationship about Jessica, and like, oh yeah, you were young. You know, we all do stupid things when you're young, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, maybe I was young or whatever, but I'm telling you, I loved this girl with everything that I had. Sorry, just getting my guitar and my stuff. Oh, and hopefully my car did not switch to Bluetooth audio, but again, if it did, this video wasn't meant to be. Or if it did, it's just still working and it's meant to be, or whatever. I don't know. If it's not set right, my mic is not picking up right now. Well, Jessica tells me this. Fast forward. So now I know. I'm just convinced. Oh, she thinks we're going to get married. Then, oh my goodness, no, it was that first day before we had that talk about the letters. Not only did she say, do you think God speaks to us, but do you think he can tell us something like very specific? Oops. I was like what? Like, what did God tell you? And she like looks at Katie all awkwardly. And I was like, oh, it's about me. It has to be about me. But I pretended like I was dumb and couldn't see the obvious. And it was that God had told her like a specific date. And I said, yeah, why couldn't he? I personally haven't, but why couldn't he? And anyway, This man comes to her in October-ish of 2013 and brings a corrective word to her because she thought that she was gonna find out by the end of the year. Oh, this is the hill I walked up with Jessica with a ring in my pocket. And I said, babe, if we're gonna get married, you gotta follow me in some places that aren't gonna be so easy to go. Oh, I didn't mean an MSA, septic MSSA infection. It's gonna get you paralyzed that we're gonna have to believe God to get you out of the sick bed for. But I bet she would climb this in an instant. She, for years, has just complained lightheartedly, jokingly to people like, oh, he made me climb a mountain because to put a ring on my finger. I'm like, babe, it's a hill. Anyway, there's another little hill after this too, but it's not that bad. This corrective word came from Ozzy. I said his name earlier. Been tangenting all over the place here. But Ozzy said this word, which she just basically received as, oh, confirmation. December 31st. So I knew, I don't remember how I knew. Oh, because she told me at Starbucks. She didn't say the date. She said, yeah, this thing's gonna happen by the end of the year. So here, I'm pretty sure what the thing is my heart's gonna just ignite. And you know what, part of me, I remember even humbling myself before the Lord, saying, Lord, if that's what it is, and somehow I'm able to stop it, oh, don't let that be the case. Oh gosh, I should pause this and get up this next hill and then maybe unpause it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Oh, it's been like 10 minutes, maybe 15 nonstop. I think this might finally be it. I don't know. Sorry, babe. This was a little bit more than just a hill. Sorry for correcting our engagement story every time you were retelling it. Okay, this is it. We stood right here, I'm pretty sure. Not that hill. And we didn't go up there. Right here. I think we even have a picture that looks like this. Oh, but only got 30 seconds. Maybe I'll do a part B, maybe not. Here we go. Ozzy, we later found out. Oh, because what happened, the 31st came. I even went to her house, it was a family thing. Oh, yeah, part B's coming. Part B's coming.